What's up, y'all? Hold up, because my hair is all over. What is up, y'all? And did you see that snowstorm? Yeah, like they out there doing the most. So since I'm stuck in here, I was thinking, I was thinking, hey, I might as well film my video about OBGYN. Like, why not? Why not? OBGYN was 6 weeks. I had one attending and I was with 2 other students half the time. And the other time I was by myself. So the hours varied between Monday through Friday. So Friday was just my attending's clinic day in which they catch up on anything that they need to do at the office. So the office days for her was Monday through Thursday, and that time varied. So on Monday through Thursday, we would get there at about 7:30 because the first patient would come in at 8 a.m. and then we would leave sometimes like 5 or 6 p.m. And then some days we would have, after we finished our entire day, we would have somebody would do a topic. That's when we would leave. So that was basically Monday. That was just an overview of basically Monday through Thursday. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we would have half a day where in the morning from about 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. was the procedures, and then in the afternoon was just regular clinic day, and that would pick up from like 1 to 4. So on the procedure days, we would have to go and get ready for surgery, go speak with the patient, make sure the consent assignment form, make sure that they feel comfortable, and if they have any questions, so we can make sure that they're okay with the procedure. And then we would tell them about the procedure, what's going on, who's going to be in the room, are they okay with medical students being in the room. So that was part of that morning portion. And then after that, depending on whose turn it was, we would go into the surgery and be first assist. So we would do procedures such as expiratory laparotomies, like for people who are having like abdominal pain, or we were trying to find some abnormalities that may be in genital urinary in origin. We would do XLAPs, and we would do DNCs as well for people who had like postmenopausal bleeding who didn't want to get a removal of their uterus, which is a hysterectomy. So we would also do that in the mornings as well, and then we would eat and then go back to clinic, and then clinic was like your regular day. So in clinic, so it was like, depending on your attending her, the clinic is going to be set up different on different days in different ways. So on clinic for her, at half the time it was 3 of us in total, and the other half was just me. So was 4 or 5 rooms, and the last room was the procedure room that she would do endometrial biopsies in Cairo, which is for patients who have like HPV. I actually had the chance to do that, which was really cool. Circumcisions in that room as well. But anyway, so basically how this office was set up was the office manager, as the patients would come in, she would put it on like a desk that looks like this, and they would have their file. So my attending was old school, like there was no computers, everything was paper charts. So you had to go get the paper chart, and after you got the patient, you read why they're here. If they need a pap smear, you have to get everything ready for the pap smear. So the gown, the sheet. If they were coming in for just a prenatal visit, then I would have the patient go to the restroom to pee. Then I would do her UA sample. I also would do all patients' weight and blood pressure. I also would do fetal heart rate, and listen to the fetus heart rate. So we did all their blood work for like, PAPA, beta HCGs, and then they would send it off to Quest Diagnostics, and then we'll come back. But we did basically prenatals. We would do people who needed birth control, people who just had their baby and they're on a there's not any issues with their incision, that there's no signs of infection. How's the baby doing? How's mom doing? And you screen them from depression or postpartum depression. And then we also did circumcisions for the newborn babies that came in. So that was basically Monday through Thursday. So as we know, it's OBGYN, so you're gonna be on call. So how it worked for my attending was there was a group of them and there's about 3 attendings and they will alternate, so it wasn't like decrease burnout. But if you're not on call and your patient says, hey, I'm in labor and my water just broke, you're gonna be there regardless if you're on call or not, regardless if you're on call the next day. You're gonna be there. So for example, one day we had a patient who, it was like maybe 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning, and we were seeing patients like regular, and we got a page, well, my attending got a page that said, hey, we need you at the hospital because your patient is about to have a baby. So we had to cancel everything at the clinic from 11 to 4, go to the hospital and deliver the baby. So it doesn't matter if you're on call, if you're not on call, if your patient has that baby, you're going to the hospital. So I think some people forget that aspect of OBGYN when they come in. There's not really set hours. Like there are hours, like of course you're not going to be like overworked and you're not going to be there all day, all the time, but there's not really like, okay, I'm going to come in from 8 to 4 Monday through Friday and that's it. Like, no, if a baby decides that they want to come today at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to the hospital to deliver that baby. So yeah, so that's basically that. And so with that, the last 2 weeks I was by myself, so I was able to do a lot more procedures. I did like maybe 4 or 5 deliveries in one day. I had to deliver twins on my last day, which was freaking amazing. Like, that was crazy. I got to do a first assist on C-sections. I got to do vaginal delivery by myself. I got to do a lot in OB, like a lot. So I have a couple videos to show you a little bit of some of the things I did during OB. And I saved all these videos. I always like to go back and look at them just to see how far I've come. But here's some of the videos, and then I'll be back to give you a little bit of advice, okay? It's so funny how time, like, what's it called? Repeats itself, because like, I had no idea that we're gonna deliver. I thought I was gonna go home at like 5 o'clock. No. So he's like, who wants to deliver? I was like, oh, me, I want to deliver. So I was like, I want to do a vaginal delivery, but the baby was breached, so could not do that. I was like, so we're gonna do a C-section or no? And bro, and I pulled that baby out. Honey, it was like a whole, like in my head, it's like everything just like, I wouldn't say click, but it's kind of like from when I was little, when I first started, and I was like, I'm gonna be a doctor, and I said I was gonna shout out who ended up actually being my OBGYN, as well as see the C-section, and then just to be able to actually participate in it and to assist and pull the baby out, and that, I'll probably cry later, but that was freaking amazing. Okay, just got called for a C-section. So that's to go. Anyways, tonight was fun. So, going to clinic in 4 hours. Buddy, I can't afford not to do any questions today. So I got about 3 babies to deliver. Trying to eat this cereal real quick. But I'm trying to cover my mouth so it won't be nasty, you know. But today's gonna be fun. Long story short, 3 out of 4 patients did vaginal, but the other ones are all in labor arrest right now. So like we're gonna be in 3 sections tonight. So girl delivered 3 babies and I'm about to deliver another one. So I did how many deliveries did I do today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I did 5. I did 5, yeah, because 2 were C-sections, 2 were C-sections, and then 3 were, 2 were C-sections and 3 were vaginal. Hey. It was like, girl, go home. I was like, if them twins come tonight, you better call me. I don't care if it's 3 o'clock. I'm delivering twins, okay? I am delivering twins. Vaginal, 1 C-section, and vacuum assisted. Okay, so that was nice. Your girl delivered twins on the last day. You cannot put a price on that. I'm gonna miss it, but this has been an experience. See, so my advice for OB would be is don't really worry about the time. Like, yes, you have a shelf, but you learn so much by just being there. I'm telling you, like, the amount of stuff that I learned about delivery and birth control and pap smears and things of that nature, and didactics, which I forgot to talk about. We had didactics once a week, and that really helped, like how to read fetal heart rate tracings. Like everything that we did in didactics was on the shelf. Like I'm telling you, if you just go in and don't worry about the time and just study as much as you can, whether that's in between patients or you're waiting for the baby to be delivered, get out your phone, get out your iPad, and do questions. Like, it's not going to be a set time where you're going to be at work at the office or at the hospital from 8 to 4, and then you have from 5 to 12 to study. Like, you have to be adaptable and work within different time restraints. So if I know I'm going to be here from 8 to 4, at lunch I'm going to be doing questions. If I'm waiting on my patient to come back from the restroom, or waiting on another room to open, I'm doing questions. If I'm waiting for everyone else to finish, I'm doing questions. If I'm waiting on the baby, I'm doing questions. So you can still get through a lot of material that way. My advice would be, prior to coming to OB, if you can, because I know that Ross, they do theirs back to back to back to back to back, and you only have, like, your shelf is that Friday or that Saturday, sometimes Sunday, depending on how you do it, and then you have like one day off, and then that Monday you start the new rotation. If you can, please read about how to do vaginal delivery, what is expected, what is a bloody show, what are some clinical signs that demonstrate that the patient is in labor, how to read fetal heart rate tracings, what does that show you, in the screenings that you do each week, and what are the common medications to avoid and what are the common medications to treat, like things like hypertension, and things of that nature, and what in your screening, your prenatal screening, what to look for, what questions to ask. If you could just like go over that real quick before you get in, so you don't be like a deer caught in headlights, it will help you a lot. What I use is the actual OBGYN book by the 8th edition by Dr. Beckmans and Lings. And so this book actually goes with APGO by objectives. So when you go on YouTube, let me pull it up right here. They actually have they have like short videos that makes the information more digestible that goes along with the book. And the videos are free.
When you go onto YouTube, go ahead and type in APGO videos or APGO OBGYN videos, and you're going to scroll down and you're going to look for a APGO medical student educational objectives, and it's about 49 videos.
These videos are like 5-7 minutes, and then you see in this book right here, if you look right here, it says Topic 1 History. So you have like a 7-minute overview of about maybe 15 to 20 pages of very detailed things that goes along with that book. So what I like to do is I read the chapter, watch the video, and then after I read the chapter, watch the video, I signed up for APGO, a membership that I paid for in order to get those questions, because they also go by topics of questions. Now, I will advise you, the APGO is for the actual board certification of OBGYNs. So it is a little bit more detailed than UWorld, but of course I finished UWorld, and of course I did it twice. How I usually do, I go through it and then I mark it and then I go back and do it like I do in all my shelves. But if you really want more detail oriented, like I'm very detail oriented, no matter what specialty, no matter what shelf exam, because I want to know what I'm talking about, I went to the APGO question bank and I signed up for a membership, and then I went by topic for each chapter. So if they had history, they would have 10 questions for each topic, and you log in and you do it, and they show you why the answer was wrong, and it goes through great explanations. So I would say read this, watch the APGO videos. If you don't like the APG videos, you can always do Divine Intervention, which I always use, as well as Emma Holiday videos, which I always use. And last but not least, do not worry about the time that you're spending in the hospital, because trust me, you're learning a lot. You're gonna learn more by doing than just continuously reading, because you're gonna be like, well, I saw that we were doing this and the deliveries. Let me go back and read on delivery. Okay, that made sense. So I just say, keep an open mind. You're gonna be working hard. You're gonna be working some hours, some crazy hours, but it's all worth it in the end. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I wish you the absolute best in your journey. And I see you later.